Zaragoza, the fifth largest city in Spain. It is the capital of the province with the same name and of the autonomous region of Aragon. It's a city with nice shops, cozy restaurants and ancient Roman monuments. However, the city is not yet known to the general public. In this video, I will explore whether this is justified or not. We start the video around Zaragoza's most famous square and landmark. The El Pilar Cathedral is an absolute highlight. Both from the outside and also from the inside, you can enjoy beautiful architecture. Several churches were built on the cathedral site over time. It was rebuilt in Spanish Baroque style and is characterized by its 4 large bell towers. It is one of the few large cathedrals in Spain built entirely in Baroque style. Inside, the various domes are decorated with frescoes executed by Goya and others. The main altar is executed in alabaster and is the work of a Spanish master from the early 16th century. Seen from the square, there is an entrance at the back of the cathedral that uses a lift to take you to the top of one of the towers. From here, you have great views over Zaragoza's historic center. Another thing that Zaragoza hosts are the Roman ruins. We start our Roman journey at the Roman Theatre of Zaragoza. The theatre is built in the first half of the 1st century AD in the Roman era. It had a capacity of 6,000 spectators in a city where only 18,000 people lived at that time. When building this theatre, they followed the model of the Theatre of Marcellus in Rome. It was active until the 3rd century. In 1973, these ruins were found and excavated. The next stop is the Forum Museum of Caesar Augusta. It exhibits the remains of the Forum of the ancient Roman city of Caesar Augusta, excavated in 1988 and 1989. It's located under the Plaza de la Seo. The video played on the origins and development of the Ebro River and the presentation of the remains of the ruins is really worth a visit. The final leg of our Roman journey are the public baths. Well kept intact, the Roman journey in the historical heart of Zaragoza is an absolute highlight. All archaeological sites can be visited with an all-in ticket for only €7. The next stop reminds me of the Alhambra we visited in Granada. Palacio de la Aljafería is a palace surrounded by a fortress, built in the second half of the 11th century in Zaragoza as the seat of the Banu Hud dynasty. Besides the Mosque of Cordoba and the Alhambra in Granada, the Aljafería is one of the 3 most important structures of the Moorish architecture. The palace is an UNESCO World Heritage Site, and which now also houses Aragon's Parliament. The palace is about a 26-minute walk from the previously mentioned El Pilar Cathedral. Back in the historic heart of the city, we visit the Mercado Central de Zaragoza, a typical Spanish market hall where you get all kinds of fresh products like fresh fish, meat and fruits. There are also a number of dining areas and atmospheric Spanish music is played. For those who want to take a break of all the exploring, this is a good place to catch their breath. In front of the Mercado Central de Zaragoza, on the Cesar Augusto Street, you can catch the tram to the beautiful park José Antonio Labordeta. Here, you can rent a bike, drink a coffee at the cafe, or eat a corn cob at one of the food stalls. Park José Antonio Labordeta is famous for its wide avenues, with bright fountains, beautiful gardens, and sculptures full of history. If you want to escape the busy city for a while, you don't have to go all the way outside Zaragoza. Spending 1 or 2 hours in this beautiful park will instantly refresh your spirit. The next museum took me completely by surprise. The hospitality of the staff really sticks out. In fact, in Zaragoza, you have 2 different museum and sightseeing operators. The first organization that manages the sites, like the El Pilar, Palacio del Salvador, and the Tower of Pilar, is less tourist-friendly in my experience. The staff are not very friendly and sometimes make things more difficult than they are. You are not allowed to take photos or videos in most places, like Palacio del Salvador, for instance. And as in the previously visited lookout tower of El Pilar, the overall experience is not very pleasant. In contrast, the experiences at the sites managed by the municipality of Zaragoza are excellent. They receive you with a smile and are willing to go far in their best English to explain things clearly to you. In addition, you are also allowed to film everywhere. On the subject of food, I will be short in this video. For food, you should either be in the earlier mentioned Mercado Central or in the pleasant, authentic El Tubo district. You absolutely cannot miss the Spanish tapas or churros here. My trip in Zaragoza comes to an end. Even though this city is not in the top 5 lists of cities to visit in Spain, this city surprised me. It has a lot to offer, although I think some sites could be more tourist-friendly as I mentioned earlier. Show the world what you have to offer. Thanks again for watching. Like this video and consider subscribing. See you next time at Ursus Brown Travel.